Welcome and karibuni to Aroma of Zanzibar's kitchen. Today we are making something really pretty, perfect for parties or brunches, and this is Duchess potatoes. So I've got about 2 pounds of potatoes, which is almost a kilo, and I added 2 cloves of garlic, which is totally optional. Then once the potatoes were cooked, I'm just going to drain all the liquid. Now, if you have the potatoes that absorb a lot of water, then at this point, you can just take the potatoes, lay them in a tray, put them in the oven at 100 degrees or so for about 15 minutes to dry all the liquid. Okay, so I've got mine in the bowl there, and I like to mash them while they are still hot. So in this case, I put the butter when it's cold. But you can cool the potatoes and then melt the butter and use melted butter. So I've used about 50 grams of butter. That's almost, that's quarter cup. Then we're just going to mash these nicely. You don't want any lumps, so you're going to mash them very well, all right? And so I also added some salt to taste. And of course, we're going to have some black pepper. If you can use white pepper, it's up to you. That's fine too. And as well as a little bit of nutmeg. And this time I wanted to add a little bit of paprika, which also changed the color, and they looked extra beautiful. All right, so we're just going to continue to mash these, and then I'm just going to leave them to cool before we add the eggs. All right. So in the meantime, while I'm waiting for the potatoes to cool, I'm going to start working with the sauce. Today I'm making mushroom and tomato sauce. So I've got about 2 tablespoons of olive oil, and I added about 100 grams of mushrooms that I'm going to caramelize on medium heat, and that should take about 15 minutes. Yeah, about 15 minutes, because we don't want to burn them. We just want them to be nice and brown, just like that. Then I added the onion, which was about a quarter cup. There's no specific measurement for this. It's just something that came up in my head and with whatever I had in the house. All right, so I just cooked this for about a minute or so. I needed to add more oil because, you know, the mushrooms absorb a lot of oil. All right. And then I added some garlic, about 2 cloves that were minced. Then we're just going to saute, and then I'm going to add the seasoning, which I did only the herb thyme, but you can do whatever you want. And then some tomatoes, about 4 medium-sized Roma tomatoes. I normally like to use sun-dried tomato sauce, but I didn't have the sun-dried tomato, so I decided to make the mushroom tomato sauce. All right, so then some salt and some black pepper and some paprika, however you like it. You can serve this with marinara sauce, and sometime a week ago I made with the mushroom and spinach sauce. So whatever sauce that you want, and you don't have to make one. If you want to buy, you can buy as well. All right. So I'm just going to cook down the tomatoes. That took about 5 minutes or so. Just going to taste to see. The tomatoes were not really ripe, so they have that tangy sourness. So I added some brown sugar, about a tablespoon, to balance those flavors. Okay, so once that's done, we're just going to add little basil for some aromas and flavors, and our sauce is ready. And I'm going to start working with the potatoes now. Since they have cooled, we add 3 egg yolks. We're just going to mix as well to combine. And if you need to mash it again, please go ahead and do, because what we're looking for is a nice thick potato paste, okay, but not too runny. You don't want it to be runny because it's not gonna pipe well, okay? We want to have those nice, beautiful designs as well. So this is what I'm looking for. It's like this, and I'm using this piping tip, cake decorating tip. It's 1M. For those of you who do some cakes at home, you'll be familiar with this. And my piping bag, my very old piping bag. I think this is almost, 15 years old. Anyway, so I'm just going to pipe the potato, fill in the potatoes in there. You can use a Ziploc bag, it's fine. And please make sure that the oven is ready at 425 degrees. That's, I think, about 216 Celsius. And we're going to fill up the bag, not too much. And now we are ready to pipe. I'm going to do 3 designs. This is the original design with a hole. And you just do like that. Those are called nests, but I like my nest to have a base because when I put the filling, I don't want it to spill. So then I do 3 rounds on top. And then the other one is like the rosette, like how you would do it on a cupcake, like this. Sorry, like that, like how you would do. And it's very simple. It looks pretty already. So once that's done, you don't have to egg wash, but I like to egg wash so that I have those nice golden lines. But if you decide to do so, you have to do it very slowly because these potatoes are very nice and soft and you don't want to mess up the design. So the potatoes have cooked. The Duchess potatoes now have cooked for about 20 minutes. And you want to serve these while they're still warm, okay? So you can serve these as starters or as main dish or as side dish. So thank you so much for watching, and thank you so much for your support as always. And our next recipe, inshallah, will be a Ramadan dish. All right. So as you can see, we've got our sauce in there and a little bit of parsley to have some beautiful colors, and some cheese if you like. So you all have a wonderful day, and I'm looking forward to seeing you all again. Bye-bye.